The North Celestial Pole, NCP, the fixed point around which stars in the Northern Hemisphere, including the Sun, appear to rotate, is discernible only at night. Inspired by the navigational strategies of some insects and birds, researchers devised a method for locating the NCP in daytime using skylight polarization, which occurs as atmospheric particles scatter sunlight. A polarimetric camera captures images of polarization patterns, which rotate as the sun's position in the sky changes. Temporal variances across images can then be used to determine an observer's latitude and bearing relative to the NCP. So, dense, but which choice best describes the overall structure? It illustrates how most navigational tools utilize the NCP, recounts how researchers discovered that certain animals are able to navigate without using the NCP, and then proposes that that discovery could be used to avoid problems of navigation associated with reliance on the NCP. I don't think so. I'm going to cross that out. There's one that should click more logically with the various facets of this passage. It presents a celestial-based method of navigation, enumerates the comparative benefits of an alternative method used by certain animals that is based on an unrelated natural occurrence, and then indicates how the researchers assessed the relative accuracy of the two methods. I don't think the last part is correct. How researchers assessed the relative accuracy of the two methods? I'm not quite sure, though. I'm going to have to leave that. It explains how the NCP is typically located, emphasizes the key difference between how humans and certain animals use the NCP for navigation, and then suggests an alternative way of using the NCP to improve existing navigational instruments. I'm not sure that it talks about improving navigational instruments in the end. No, it does not. So it's not that one. It notes an obstacle to observing an astronomical phenomenon, mentions the navigational ability of certain animals that inspired a solution to that obstacle, and then explains how researchers used an optical device to mimic that ability. I think it's D. A polarimetric camera is the third part. The polarimetric camera is the optical device that mimics that ability. And then navigational ability of certain animals that inspired a solution is, inspired by the navigational strategies of some insects and birds. And then an obstacle to observing an astronomical phenomenon is the fact that the NCP is discernible only at night. So you can match the three exact parts.